Yeah, as we're watching this unfold and as we're seeing the Taliban take control, killing people as they go, they're also killing the people that helped us. They're killing people that were translating for us and helping to train the military. These people have no safe haven whatsoever. Rudy, why would anybody ever agree to help us again? That's number one. And number two, it didn't take China and Russia too long to come in with a wink and a nod and say, hey, Taliban, we recognize you.
It's got to raise the question of just how much does China own him? I mean, they spent somewhere between 30 and $40 million on the Biden crime family. They didn't do it for nothing. So I'm sorry, I just don't buy it anymore that this guy wouldn't be influenced by that, or his family. I don't even know if he knows where he is. Look, let's face it, what's the reason they don't put him in the Situation Room? That would look good if they did.
Right.
Because he can't spend 4 or 5 hours, even with his own people. Because some of them will walk out and say, oh my God, this guy can't keep his thoughts straight.
And just so people understand, you're not being funny. You literally say, this guy is not there. We don't have a leader.
You talked about my podcast. Go back to last year and listen to the 2 doctors that I put on. And let them explain to you from the DSM-5. If you don't realize what he's got, you've never been in a nursing home. I mean, you got to be an idiot not to realize what he has. He gets lost in the middle of a sentence. He turns around and doesn't know where he is. He gets his sister confused with his wife. He thinks he's been in the Senate 120 years, doesn't even realize he said it. He thinks Roosevelt was on television. I mean, any more? This guy is going to run a massive crisis. He may do that when he's briefing the American people. That's why his handlers don't put him out there.
I want to go to.
He's not in the Situation Room.
I know that you don't have a ton of time today. And you squeezed me in, and I appreciate it. Let me just ask you one last thing. And by the way, we had Ronnie Jackson on recently, who is President Obama and President Trump's doctor. He said, without a doubt, we have to look at dementia with this guy. But when it comes to what you said about leadership, there is no leadership there. And what we have is people that are making decisions that don't benefit America whatsoever. Rudy, we know that it's not him. Let's say it's Obama running it, or maybe it's Jill Biden, or maybe it's Susan Rice or Valerie Jarrett, whoever the hell's pulling the strings on this puppet. What is their goal? Why don't they want America to be first? What do they want? A lot of
these decisions go in favor of China and Russia. And I was shocked at what I found when I started going through that hard drive that they've censored about how deep the infiltration by China is and how much money China has given to American corporations, American politicians. You know, that's China is the one that had the spy with the senator from California.
Right.
It's the one who had the girlfriend with Sewell. And I mean, they've been deeply embedded here. And the Bidens, they own lock, stock, and barrel. I mean, if Biden weren't president, he'd be operating on a $30 million a year contract with the Chinese Communist spy master. Right now, I have the contract in my house.
Wow.
Nobody wants to put it out.
And by the way, it's not just politicians. They own big sports, the NBA. They own big academia with their institutes that are the Confucius Institutes that were in a lot of higher learning places. And as you said, they're embedded in politics. So this is about big money for people. It's not about them hating America. It's just about them saying, line my pockets. It's greed.
It's about massive greed, which is a lot of the crimes I prosecuted were about massive greed. Greed can take over your soul. It can take over your patriotism. It can make you turn on your family. It can do all kinds of things, particularly when you get into this, you just never have enough. I mean, the Bidens already have stolen about 30 or 40 million. So why do they keep him there? His wife has to know what an embarrassment he is. His wife and his kid, if they loved him, would take him out of that. Except, how is Hunter Biden going to get $500,000 for his paintings if Daddy isn't in the White House?
I wouldn't give $5.
They're going to lose their big flow of money.
Have you seen those paintings? I wouldn't give $5.